Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome on in to the new Roundup series. So, after my 1 hour streams in the MDX Algo VIP Discord, I'm going to do a little 10-minute roundup of what we talked about and the best things from the stream. So, yeah, it's Monday, the 1st of September. We've had a monthly close, we've had a monthly open. And yeah, what we basically just talked about at the start is we've got this new hourly log to short data on the MDX dashboard. This is really powerful stuff to try and see where changes in trend are going to take place. So what happened here is we had a break of structure. We had a break of the hourly low behind here. And at the same time, we also had a flip in the long to short ratio. So when the long started coming in from retail and we made a new low, what that basically meant was that we started a massive downtrend in the price. So basically, you can use this to see when the market is going to start trending a different way. So what we basically want to look for here, you want to basically look for a higher low and then a cross where more shorts start coming in back into the market for retail, and then potentially you might be seeing an area of expansion in the market. In terms of the max pain, we looked at the short max pain, obviously being around 119k. There's also a lot of short liquidity back up there towards the all-time high structure. Long max pain is just below us at 107k, so we're just basically on that as of right now. In terms of liquidity, we've got some stuff at 114k. We also, again, we've got some stuff at 117.5. We've got a little bit of stuff below us again as well at 106. And yeah, the long to short ratio is just that we still have more longs in the market. So that's it for the data. That's actually what we talked about in terms of the data. And let me change to the charts. So this is what's going on in the charts. Basically, Bitcoin's potentially finding some support around 108k. We're looking at 108k as potentially being an area for a bounce. We are getting some negative cash flow on the weekly time frame, which is a bit worrying. But again, we are potentially looking at maybe doing a little bit of a bounce on the 4 hour time frame just because of these bull divs. And we've had a nice big step off candle, creating a new hourly and 4 hour high. So if we can hold this weekly open this September and hold this low structure here, we might be seeing a bit of a bounce back up to 113k, 112.5. We also have the node. We also actually looked at the node on the CoinGlass Legend, which we're right on right now. The hourly node sits in at 108.5, which is basically just about here where we're bouncing. So interesting stuff. The weekly obviously still looking a little bit bearish, but yeah, that's it for Bitcoin. We looked at some of the totals. We looked at the total one all-time high, potentially getting some trend change here, and potentially rolling over, especially if we make some new, if we do some breakdowns. As of right now, we're still in an uptrend because we still have this low and a new high, and we haven't put in a new low just yet. It's starting to look a little bit bearish, retesty here, but basically what we want to do is we just want to hold here and like do something like that. If we do break this low, then it's very likely that the weekly time frame bearish div and overbought signal is going to play out on the whole crypto market. So we could see a big move back down into some of these levels. Total 2 is looking a lot better. We're basically just up at the all-time high. We are going to print this overbought signal on the weekly time frame on this candle if everything stays the same. As of right now, again, we're just finding some resistance on the all-time high swing. We've got a Stuber pocket down below us at about 1.38 to 1.41 on the daily time frame. But again, it's like looking potentially quite better, quite a lot better than the rest of the market, as ETH is looking quite good. Bitcoin DOM still in a downtrend, no changes there. Potentially could see a bit of a bounce from here. We did talk about this as well, as we are on the weekly combination band right here. So it's going to be interesting to see how this weekly candle closes. Are we going to get a W reversal? Are we going to get a hold? Are we going to get again the yearly open and potentially come up and test all the way back into like 60.5%? What else do we do? CME, nothing really too crazy. ETH, Bitcoin looks fine. We still obviously gain the top of this structure. We've had 2 weekly candles below, above, and we've retested it. Again, we're in the overbought area, but again, if we come down and retest the low of this structure and hold, it's still potentially looking good for at some point getting a pop up to 1055, which I do think will potentially be the last one for this cycle. So yeah, ETH looks good. We've obviously come up and hit the all-time high. This potentially looks like a bit of a deviation now. We are printing the overbought signal on the weekly time frame as well, so it could just be like a retest, and then we could come and see some of these levels back down here, like 3.8k on ETH. But again, it's not over until we start breaking some really bad stuff down here at like 3.8, 3.4, stuff like that. So that was ETH. That's a really quick. Sol still looks like it wants to go higher. It's still like, look, we do have a really nice combination band Stuba support, bullish divergence in the retail stablecoin demand. I think if this does one more down into this pocket, it might prove for a good long, just at least up to the weekly open September, and then potentially even higher if we do gain that. That's something that's looking really good. I think Sol wants to go and test 250 at some point in here in the near future. Doge, again, I still think this looks good. This wants to pop towards 3.2. Not really too much changes since I talked about it yesterday. Another thing that looks good, we did talk about Fartcoin doing a bearish retest of 8.5, this structure down here, and coming down into 7.273, which we have done right now. I am looking for this to potentially bounce. On the 4-hour, it looks a bit rough on this 4-hour candle right now. It looks like we're just doing a bearish retest of this low. But we do have some nice bullish divergence coming in on the retail stablecoin demand and the oscillators. And we are on the daily combination band here. So I am looking for this to potentially bounce right here. It's actually looking quite good. Another thing that is looking quite good is AVAX. It's just looking better than a lot of the rest of the market. Just because in this time that Bitcoin's been dumping the whole of August, we basically haven't moved in the price. We've basically just been consolidating flat in this area. So I do think AVAX is also looking quite good. Potentially again with Link and Aave as well, and Sui. Another thing that again is looking good as well is Hype. We've done the bullish retest. We've done this, we have a new high up here, which was a new all-time high actually. We've done the AA86 retest where we're currently holding the weekly open at September as well. This is something that I really like to look for in a lot of my trades. I like to look for potential reversal signals on the oscillator when we're coming down to the AA6, which is also on support and the combination of band as well. This is just a really nice confluence factor that we potentially could take trades on. Again, we really want to hold this weekly open this September now, and we're potentially going to go up towards 49 on Hype. So those three things, Sol, Hype, and Fartcoin, look potentially really good for trades. We didn't really look at the rest of the market too much. We kind of just did some weekly stuff on what to expect maybe for the rest of September. But those are things that are looking good. And this is going to be the roundup. 8 minutes, nice and concise. Yeah, let's see how this week plays out.